Yuki and John, Patreon of Birth.
How did she know about this monster?
Oh, everybody knows.
I didn't know.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Yuki and John's podcast buffet.
So, what's...
Yuki was just asking me a lot of questions about this topic off mic. And so I decided to just start right in media res. So Yuki, today's topic is cryptids.
Cryptids.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you were asking what cryptids are.
Yes.
And
I never heard.
Well, hold on, I'm moving your mic closer. So cryptids essentially... No, you can lean back. It's all good.
Okay.
You're perfect. So cryptids, I'll read what the definitions here. Cryptids are animals or other beings that cryptozoologists believes may exist somewhere in the world, but whose present existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. So Bigfoot is a cryptid, right? The abominable snowman is a cryptid. And I have a list of cryptids here, and we could go through all of them. I'll give you a little explanation.
Mermaid?
Who?
Mermaid?
Mermaid might be like, that might be like mythological.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I would say mermaid maybe is a crypto.
Okay, remember that when we talking about the Bigfoot, there was a footage, right?
Yeah.
But there's a footage of a mermaid.
Right, there is footage of mermaid. And by the way, let me just say before we dive into this subject that this was an audience suggestion by Gabagoulash, at Gabagoulash, the great supporter of the buffet, Kim, who gave us this suggestion. I thought it would be really funny because you're interested in Bigfoot, but also there's more cryptids out there, these undiscovered animals that maybe...
undiscovered animal?
Yeah, and guess who's on it, Yuki? One that you've personally dealt with. The Ogopogo.
Ogopogo, yeah.
Right? You fucking faked the Ogopogo.
Yeah, I faked the Ogopogo, yeah.
So you have a deep relationship with cryptids.
Okay.
Right?
The fake hump.
Yeah, you faked the hump and you pretended you're a real rascal.
But, hairy hump, that can be right if you living under the water. That was bullshit, but,
You did what you did, Yuki, and you got it. You can't apologize for it.
I made a good money and then faked the documentary.
That's right. You had to do what you had to do.
Yes.
And I hope that you feel good about it because you shouldn't be arrested.
Well,
could you have been arrested if you got found out at that time?
I don't know. I mean, not the arrest, but
it's unethical.
People should criticize, like, well, if you fake the documentary, it's not a documentary.
Right.
You can stage the documentary.
But could you have just said, if people found you out, could you have just said, oh, we were just making fiction, or, like, could that have been the excuse?
Well, that's what I told them, because they asked me, like, hey, Yuki, this bottom of the lake, it's nothing there. Like, well, I told you 3 months ago when we did the location scout, this is Canada. It's too cold.
Right.
And then there's nothing. And then if you're asking me to decorate, well, then we should have done this in pool.
Yeah.
That would be cheaper. You didn't have to come to Canada. We could do this in sound stage in Tokyo.
Right. So you wasted all that money and you could have just, nah.
But, I made a good money. Then I was, celebrity. And I was a newspaper. I was in the news. We lost a $20,000 like underwater camera.
Oh, my God. Well, thank you, Ogopogo, for lining Yuki's pockets.
And then I faked Ogopogo, used the fake hump and then those hairy. I really think that should be... that's wrong, because if the creature living underwater shouldn't be hairy.
Hairy underwater. Yeah, you're right? It's all hairless.
Right?
Yuki, that's interesting. A hairless underwater. You got to be hairless when you're underwater.
Right, that's my thing, If since I wasn't in charge, I didn't say anything, but if I did...
You wouldn't put hair.
I wouldn't put the hair, no.
You know what else is another hairless creature?
No.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a cryptid.
Cryptid.
That's on this list here.
Right.
So do you okay, let's start it this way. before we get too deep into the list, do you believe in any of these? Do you believe that there are undocumented animals out there that are legendary that people just have not seen and all that stuff?
I think there's something, some creature we never seen, but I don't know if it's like a monster or,
Right. Because, they apparently they find like new species of insects every year, like
Right?
thousands of,
Yeah.
and that people have never seen. So there's all kinds of stuff that happens. But also, I think on land it's a little different. But I believe that in the sea there are
because
creatures.
I don't know every year, but sometimes, in Japan, fishermen find
Huge.
huge squid.
Or something like that, and
Yeah.
and those were a myth for a very long time until they
Right.
were fucking documented.
Because they live in them so deep, sometimes they come up and
Right.
then,
right,
like,
I think that shit on the bottom of the ocean we have no fucking clue
Right.
down there because we can't really
do
find
you,
it.
do you believe in Megalodon?
I believe it used to be around. I don't think that there's any now.
It's just a big shark, right?
Huge shark. I mean, fucking
Huge
shark
shark.
bigger than this house, like huge. Maybe. I mean, that's more realistic to me than the Loch Ness monster, or like the New Jersey Devil or something, like this fucking mythological creature that hides and shit.
I believe this more than I believe ghost.
Okay, see, that's interesting. So you believe that there are the possibility of undiscovered animals
Right.
is greater than the existence.
Just
of...
we don't know because we never seen.
Yeah.
But,
What about mermaids? You asked if mermaids are cryptids. I wonder, are they mythological creatures or are they cryptids or are they both?
I think it's both. Because sometimes, I don't know, maybe what's manatee should be a mermaid, right? People says, oh, no, that's not, it's a manatee thing, Looks, or I don't know. I mean, it's creature from Black Lagoon, half human, half fish, then mermaid may be possible.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's just be honest. Back in the day, people used to fuck everything. I mean, they were bored on this earth. They didn't have TV. They didn't have the internet.
But
all
how
they had
can
was
you
their...
fuck fish?
You can fuck a fish. You can fuck anything. You can fuck a dog. I mean, this woman supposedly, when she was fell in love with a dolphin or something, or the opposite. Or there's a lot of ways you could get things done, and if you're a mammal on mammal, maybe you could get that shit pregnant.
But if that's possible, I think some scientists tested in the lab already.
No, the scientists nowadays, they're like, that's disgusting. We don't want to watch. So they don't experiment on it because they think it's taboo. But back in the day, the cavemen and all that shit, they were just like, hey, look at this. This looks fun. Let me stick my cock in it. And they just used to put their dick everywhere.
But the having sex with the animal, I seen that before. They did that in Tokyo. Those, if you go strip club, they do that.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. I guess that's so. Mermaids, right? They come from just.
Yeah, I saw footage once. No, not once, many times. It's not like a Little Mermaid in Disney movie. It's really scary look.
Yeah.
It's like a really, I don't know, big eyes and then huge mouth and I mean, it's really scary.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe in mermaids unless they're like mythological or supernatural. I don't think that they're natural because they're like fucking the sirens and shit where they call the sailors to their death and shit. Like that to me is more of like a horror movie than anything. It's not the Little Mermaid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not the little. It's like a creature.
Yeah, a big creature that mimics human speech
Yeah.
and then fucking crashes
And
you on the
she
rocks.
might eat you, though.
Oh, yeah.
Got a big, long teeth.
Right. Yeah, no. Mermaids are scary as fuck. I don't want to be no mermaid.
The Splash Mermaid was too cute.
Yeah, and then they made the rule that she could like switch between legs and fish legs, and no, that's not happening. She's just gonna have a fish bottom the whole time, and then Tom Hanks got to figure out where the how to do it. Yeah. He's got to figure out. He's got to get it big, if you know what I mean. Yeah. All right, so here, let's see if there's another. Let's see, what do we got here? The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp.
I don't believe Lizard Man. Maybe bad the skin.
He's in Lee County, South Carolina. The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp, also known as the Lizard Man of Lee County, is an entity said to inhabit the swampland of this region. And he was first mentioned in the late 1980s. That's late for this. Usually these things are way back in the day, but in the 1980s, they're like, there's a lizard man running around.
I don't believe that the lizard man. Maybe the guy with the bad skin.
Yeah, it's just the fucking guy who has bad skin, who's like pock marks because he had chicken pox or something. Bigfoot obviously is one.
Right.
The Boggy Creek Monster, the folk monster.
What?
He's also known as the Boggy Creek Monster or the Folk Monster or the Swamp Stalker. He's purported to be a humanoid creature similar to depictions of Bigfoot that was allegedly sighted in the rural town of Fulk, Arkansas in the early 1970s. The creature was alleged to have attacked a local family. It has since become a part of Arkansas folklore. Stories of the creature influenced the 1972 docudrama The Legend of Boggy Creek, which we did on the last drive-in,
right,
which became the 11th highest grossing film of 1972 and is today considered a cult classic. Do you ever see that movie?
No.
The Legend of Boggy Creek? It's pretty good. I mean, it's like
really?
it's like antiquated in a way, but it's like set like a documentary, and it's about the people who've encountered the monster and stuff. But people really believe that the monster exists.
Really?
Yeah. But I think your theory last time when we did the Bigfoot episode is more correct, that it's just a big hairy motherfucker running around. People just see this hairy family running around screwing with people. Oh, the skunk ape. The skunk ape is a large and hairy human-like mythical creature purported to inhabit the forests and swamps of the southeastern United States, most notably Florida. It's often compared to or synonymous or called the cousin of Bigfoot. The skunk ape. I mean, why do they call him a skunk ape? Smells?
Smells bad?
Smells like poo-poo-kakis. I mean, all these things, I mean, especially like the ape-like ones, I don't know, man. Maybe there is some sort of a missing
But there's some kind of disease like a hairy man.
Yes, and I've seen that. Yeah,
it's the other thing. Yeah, in India or somewhere. Yeah.
So maybe it's just a hairy fuck who doesn't shave and never wanted to be a part of society, who just runs around the woods. He has like little tunnels underground and shit. He knows how to blend in.
Yeah.
That seems more probable to me.
He looks like a more Ulfman than hairy man.
That's true. Oh, look, the Megalodon, what you just mentioned.
Oh.
The Megalodon has been portrayed in many works of fiction, including films and novels, and it's a popular sea monster reported having...
But it's not the sea monster, it's just a big shark.
Right, a giant shark. But, in 1873 there was some sightings, and then 1959 there were more sightings. And they claim that some of them are 11,000 to 24,000 years old. 24,000 years old?
They live that long?
That's a fucking old-ass shark. I wonder, maybe it's a thing where these prehistoric sharks can just hibernate for like thousands of years and then come out, feed a little bit, and then go back to sleep. And then, kind of living at the bottom of the ocean under the pressure of all that shit. And because they're so big, they don't get crushed.
I don't know.
What would you do, Yuki, if you saw a fucking megalodon? Like you're on a fishing cruise and all of a sudden you see one. Would you like panic, or would you take pictures?
I take picture probably. Yeah.
I wonder how much you could sell the pictures of the.
Well, maybe TMZ might buy it.
TMZ. Yeah, only if fucking Snoop Dogg's on the boat with you. They're not gonna.
But a bit scary. If it's that big, then can eat the whole boat.
That's right. Yeah, he could just swallow the boat. Shit. You know what scared me when I was young? And this isn't really cryptid because whales are real. But the idea that Pinocchio was and Geppetto were swallowed by the whale, that always freaked me out as a kid because they're like basically living inside of the whale.
I see.
I always got frightened by that. So if you get swallowed by a megalodon, you just set up camp.
That's scary than whale because, I mean,
because the whale don't have his teeth as bad as
but I mean they do, but not like
that.
shark teeth.
Yeah, the whale's not gonna chew you, but the shark's gonna chew the shit out of you. Yeti. All right, let's see what the difference between Yeti is, because Yeti is the abominable snowman. Okay. A Yeti is an ape-like creature purported to inhabit the Himalayan mountain range in Asia. In Western popular culture, the creature is commonly referred to as the abominable snowman. Many dubious articles have often referred to it in an attempt to approve its existence, including anecdotal visual sightings, disputed video recordings, photographs, plaster casts of footprints, and some of these are purported to be hoaxes. So yeah, in the Himalayan mountains, they have this white fucking creature running around in the snow.
So it's it has white hair, right? But the Bigfoot is a dark hair.
Right.
That's the difference then.
So it adapts to its surroundings so it can be camouflaged.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. All right, the Jersey Devil, Yuki.
Okay.
In South Jersey and Philadelphia folklore in the United States, the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature said to inhabit the forests of the Pine Barrens in South New Jersey. The creature is often described as a flying biped with hooves, but there are many variations. The common description is that of a bipedal kangaroo-like creature with a horse or goat-like head, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms and clawed hands, legs, cloven hooves, a forked and pointed tail. It's also said that it has a strange elongated body. It has been reported to move quickly and is often described as emanating a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream.
Oh.
Look at that fucking New Jersey Devil right there.
It's like a bird, huh?
Yeah, maybe that is what happened. A fucking bird just flew by and somebody was tripping on drugs and was like, look at that devil! And then it just spun out of control from there. How would you fight the New Jersey Devil? I wonder.
How big is this?
It's not that big. It's like half the size of a human.
Oh, then, baseball bat.
Yeah, okay. You're slapping the fucking thing around with a baseball bat. I wonder. I mean, I wouldn't go into the Pine Barrens anyway, but like the Pine Barrens, you know about the Pine Barrens?
No.
The Pine Barrens, that's like in The Sopranos, that's where they bury the fucking bodies that they killed because it's all desolate. It's like a bunch of woodlands and shit.
Uh-huh.
And there's one famous episode where Paulie and Chris get lost in the Pine Barrens because they're about to bury a Russian guy, but he wakes up and he fucking fights them and disappears. So they have to go track him through the Pine Barrens, but they get lost.
Oh.
And it's fucking snowing out, so they're freezing. And then they have to call Tony Soprano, and then him and Bobby Baklava go and find them, and then they come back and they eat ketchup packets and stuff because they're hungry. And then finally they find him and they take him to Roy Rogers.
Oh.
That's the Pine Barrens episode. Directed by Steve Buscemi. They should have put the New Jersey... There should have been a part in the fucking Sopranos where they're hallucinating and they see the fucking New Jersey Devil. Or maybe they hear the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah. The Soprano, is that the Soprano TV show, Soprano?
Yeah, the TV show, The Sopranos, yeah.
Oh.
That would be good, the fucking mobsters versus the New Jersey Devil. And then they named the fucking hockey team after the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils.
Is that the name after this?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Yuki, the fucking Jersey, man. They're weird. In fact, they have this thing called Weird New Jersey. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's like a publication now. It's a website where New Jersey is so weird that they have so much weird shit that they have been able to sustain decades long of publications about the weird shit that goes on in New Jersey.
I didn't know that. I only knew the New Jersey about Garden State.
Well, yeah, that's the Garden State for sure, but it's weird. Like, remember the haunted road that we wanted to go down?
Yeah.
That's in Jersey. That's covered in weird New Jersey. Supposedly in Jersey there's these still these mountain men and shit that you don't want to fuck with. They're like inbred crazy people.
We should do field trip sometimes.
You want to go meet the crazy
Jimmy
right, for the...
He wants to be a driver.
That's right, the driving, road driving. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know, man. You really want to fuck with the supernatural?
Is that Superman natural? I don't believe
Superman natural? Yeah, that shit's Superman natural. No, okay, so they're saying it's the most, Clinton Road, I think it is, in Jersey, is the most haunted road in America. That's what people say.
Why? Then there's a car accident or the people
I don't know the
missing?
origins. Yeah, I don't know the origins, but I know that supposedly when you're driving down that road, that all of a sudden behind you, headlights turn on and they follow you really close and like basically try to run you off the road. Now, there's more of a chance that it's just locals who are like, let me fuck with these assholes who think this road is haunted, right? But then supposedly if you stop at this certain bridge, you hear all kinds of kids and noises, and if you throw a coin off the side, that the coin comes back to you and flies back at you and stuff. So
you really hear that? Maybe somebody's using tape.
Maybe. I mean, it might all be a hoax. Who knows? But why? Like, somebody's going to sit out there every single night in the woods waiting for somebody to fucking come? So that
it's automatic. You just
like a tape recorder?
Yeah, tape recorder, then set it up and,
That's a lot of work for a little reward. I mean, what reward do you get? It's not like they're making money.
It's just the fun.
Yeah, I guess it's fun to prank people and fuck with people. And maybe fun to make up these things that then people like the New Jersey Devil. It's probably some couple of kids who are like, let's tell the story of the, and then they tell it and it just actually catches on. Right.
There may be recording and the scene or something.
Yeah. The Mothman.
Moth? Like a moth?
You never heard of the Mothman? Like the Mothman prophecies? You ever see that with Richard Gere?
Oh, yeah. I saw the movie. I didn't like it, but...
Yeah, the movie wasn't that good. Mothman in West Virginian folklore is a humanoid creature reportedly seen in Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. Despite its name, the original sightings of the creature described avian features, so bird-like. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register, dated 1966, November 16th, titled "Couples See Man-Sized Bird Creature or Something." The national press soon picked up the reports and helped spread the story across the United States. The source of the legend is believed to have originated from sightings out of migration of cranes and herons. The creature was introduced to a wider audience by Gray Baker in 1970 and was later popularized by John Keel in his 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, claiming that there were paranormal events related to the sightings and a connection to the collapse of the bridge called the Silver Bridge. The book was later adapted into a 2002 film starring Richard Gere. An annual Point Pleasant festival is devoted to the Mothman legend. And when you see the Mothman, supposedly... The most jarring thing is his glowing red eyes.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I saw the movie. I was disappointed by it a little bit. I thought it had a lot of atmosphere, but I don't know. I wanted more from it. Because it's such a creepy idea. And whether or not it's real, they could still show more, because they didn't show a lot, right?
So the movie ending, you don't know the truth. And
you don't know if it's fake or real. Like, actually, I think that the guy who Richard Gere plays is the author of the book, right? And I think he believes. That's why he writes the book. And he believes that the bridge was affected by the collapse and was affected by the Mothman. So here's a story. I have kind of a Mothman story. Remember when a bunch of us drove to the Memphis Jamboree in a RV?
Yeah.
Okay, so the night before we're leaving, I was, sleeping in Astoria in my old apartment, and I used to leave my shades open sometimes, and I was on the third floor, so I would see like the sky and a few buildings and whatever, and it just was cool to look out and watch the stars and then fall asleep and whatever. And there was like a little tree that I could sort of see out the second window. There was one window right in front of me and right like further down on the wall was a second window that I could see a little bit out of, and I could see like a tree. And so I went to sleep. I fucking, woke up, and in the tree were two red eyes looking at me. No joke. No joke, Yuki. I'm not fucking joking. I'm not making this up either. Now, I've been known to have certain visions and night terrors sometimes. I haven't had night terrors in a very long time, but there have been times where I woke up and saw like a demon in the room or so. Take this with a grain of salt. Like, I may have just been seeing things because I was having night terrors at the time. I was very stressed out.
Lights?
It may have just been lights, but when I woke up, it was eyes, and I said,
"How can you tell it's eye?"
Because it was two right next to each other, and
the headlight is two.
But I was in a tree above, and I never saw lights in that tree before.
Maybe some creatures and then light.
It could have been another creature that reflected the eyes or something, but it was looking right at me, and I stared at it and I was awake for like a minute, and I said, "The fucking Mothman's looking at my window." That's what I said to myself.
Did you take a picture?
I didn't because I was just like so tired, and then I just was like, "Fuck it," and I went back to sleep. Okay. So that happened, right?
That could be a dream then.
Well, it could, but it could not. But here's where it gets weird. Is the next day we're driving, and it's a long drive. So somebody's like, "All right, why don't we stop for food?"
Yeah.
And we stop for food in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And we get out, and somebody's like, "Oh, Point Pleasant, this is where the Mothman was from." Swear to God. Didn't plan it, didn't even know it.
Yeah.
We just stopped in Point Pleasant, West Virginia to get fucking food. And I was like, I saw the Mothman fucking last night looking into my fucking window. So the coincidence was so weird. And then something else happened that I can't talk about on the mic. That was like, because it's personal.
Oh.
And it was a thing that happened that was very fucked up. And it was like almost as if it was planned by supernatural forces. Let's put it that way. And I was like, I want to get the fuck out of this motherfucking town ASAP, because if we stay here any longer, shit's just going to get worse and worse. No joke. So I kind of think I might have saw the goddamn, like the Mothman knew I was going to end up in Point Pleasant, and it fucking looked in my window, flew back to Point Pleasant and waited for me, set a fucking sabotage trap, and then I fucking fled, and I never looked back. Do you believe it? Do you believe it, Yuki?
So
what are the chances that in my mind and no joke, we did not plan on stopping, like nothing. We didn't even know, like nobody looked at the map and said, "Oh, we're gonna go through the place where the fucking Mothman is." And the night before, I see the Mothman's eyes looking at me from the fucking tree outside my window. That's too much of a coincidence.
But it's possible, right?
Anything's possible. I mean, it's possible that fucking God's going to come down and start the apocalypse tomorrow. But, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I personally, it's because I experienced it. I'm more leaning towards the fact that it was the Mothman.
Because it never happened to me. So, friend of mine, she was sleeping in the middle of the night. Ceiling was coming down.
Yeah.
So she just,
tried to hold it up.
Right?
Yeah.
But she wasn't sure it's real or not.
Right.
Could be dreaming or sleeping or, just imagination. And then she wakes up and next morning, look up, her hand mark was in the ceiling.
Holy shit. What? So, whoa. So was she like sleepwalking and like stood up and put her hands?
Right, but you can't reach the ceiling.
So even if she stood up and held her hands up and standing on the bed,
ladder
she still needs. Oh my God!
So see stuff like that. So things could happen.
Yeah, but how? What's the what do you think the explanation? That's supernatural, Yuki.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm always hearing it, and then never happened to me.
Right.
So I'm always saying, these things happened who believes, and nothing happened who doesn't believe. That's my
Right. I see what you mean. But maybe that's because we're people like me who have experienced supernatural things and do believe in supernatural things. Not all. I mean, some of it I think is bullshit, but some of my personal firsthand experiences seem to be too close for comfort, so to speak. You know, it's like too eerie that these things happened so close to each other that it had to have been something. Maybe it wasn't the exact fucking Mothman, right? But some weird occurrence saw the eye, this and that, and it's all like I'm inventing it in my brain or something. But that's still a haunting thing to
something the strong
strong psychological
thing.
Yeah,
because that's believe I don't believe, so it doesn't happen to me.
Right. That's what I mean. Like maybe some certain people are more in tune with letting in these things, and maybe it's just like a gravitational pull, and it's not supernatural. It's like a force within us or something, you know. And maybe some people are able to see these creatures,
right?
Because humans, we don't even see like a fraction of what's actually around us. I mean, infrared,
right?
All these fucking different. We only see like a small amount of colors and a small amount of the visual spectrum. The visual spectrum is like fucking huge, like a fucking all these different things that could be right around us right now that we wouldn't see because we can't detect it with our human eyes.
Because some kind of energy or psychic. Because my friend's friends. He moved in new apartment, and he sensed weird vibe.
Yeah,
he didn't know what to do, so he called the exorcist or some kind of the priest or whatever. And then nothing there, right?
Yeah.
But he keeps saying weird. I feel something. And they took everything, and they found the dead body in the ceiling.
Oh yeah, right. I remember you telling me that, and you said it was looking down at
down, yeah,
with eyes wide open,
right, like
Creed.
So, it's. I think some people has a strong sense. I think, like
God.
a sixth sense,
sixth sense or something, or maybe they could see further than other people because they see more of the spectrum or something like that.
But that never happens to me, because if I were him, I would be living in that apartment with a dead body.
That's true. You would just you wouldn't feel it. You would just, even the smell, you'd be like, it's just a normal smell. Big deal.
Yeah, and then, there's another story. Friend of mine, she was a stewardess. Mm-hmm. And then, her friend, her co-worker, travel, and then every night they check in a different hotel, right? Her friend check in this hotel, I think Hilton Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. I don't know if it's still there. Maybe different hotel or something. But that time, she checks in Hilton Hotel in LA downtown, and she felt something. Weird vibe or sensor again. She checked everything. And she checked under the bed. Dead body was there.
Just there?
Yeah.
What?
So, if I were her, I would never knew. But why you look under the bed? Because she said...
I mean, if there's a dead body, there's got to be a smell.
But it's brand new, so this was before smell.
How did they ever find out how the dead body got there?
That was somebody got killed. So it's
right before she got there?
Yeah. Not the same day, maybe day before.
Whoa.
So it's not, but she felt funny, so she checked everything, nothing there. Last place she checked was...
And this is a person you know?
No, my friend's friend.
Oh,
friend's co-worker.
Oh, my
She was a stewardess.
Damn.
So, some people, that I believe, some people has a strong sense.
Yeah.
So maybe, you have a strong sense.
I definitely have something, because I have a very vivid dream life. Like, I remember my dreams and I write my dreams down. and I have experienced supernatural occurrences that I won't necessarily say it's ghosts or whatever, but it's something not just normal, right? It's something extra. So I do believe that there's something, and I'm not always going to write it off as like supernatural or whatever. It might be natural occurrences or synchronicities or whatever the fuck it might be, but it's happened, and it's inexplainable or unexplainable.
Yeah, never happened to me.
All right, let's talk about one final motherfucker.
Yes.
One final cryptid. Because there's a bunch. There's a whole... There's thousands of these things. But here's another famous one. The chupacabra.
Oh, that's a famous one.
It's literally goat sucker. That's what chupacabra means. Goat sucker. And chupa means sucks, and cabra means goats. It's a legendary creature or cryptid in the folklore of parts of the Americas. The name came from the animal's purported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. Physical descriptions of the creature vary. In Puerto Rico and in Hispanic America, it is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien-like, roughly the size of a small bear, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, while in southwest United States, it's depicted as more of a dog-like thing. Initial sightings and...
There's a drawing, right?
Yeah, there's some drawings here even. The creature has been reported as far north as Maine and as far south as Chile, and even outside the American countries like in Russia and the Philippines. All of the reports are anecdotal and have been disregarded or uncorroborated as lacking evidence. Sightings in North Mexico and the southern United States have been verified as canids afflicted by mange. So, what is a canid? Oh my god! Oh, it's like a dog-like thing that has mange, which is basically like.
Has anybody seen it before? Some people
Well,
saw.
a lot of people have said they've seen it, but there's some of people are saying that it's just like rabid dogs that look all fucked up with the fur falling out and stuff.
So no picture.
No pictures.
See, that's the fishy thing.
I know.
Japan, there's the TV documentary, River Monster.
Uh-huh.
That guy went to Japan. He was looking for like some kind of fresh sea water. It's called the kappa, Japanese folklore thing. And then they kidnap the kid, bring to the pond. And yeah, it's a.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these monsters?
I don't know. I never seen it, but that story was always there, long time.
Well, all right, Yuki, that's what you did. Any final thoughts on cryptids? Do you believe in cryptids? So you kind of do. You kind of think that there might be a chance that there's some monsters.
Yeah, but so far there may be something, but unless I see it or photo, or even the photo or video these days, you don't know. People can fake the photo. Those.
Well, nowadays with AI, you could have any fucking
right?
monster you want.
Photoshop or special effect video, so you really can't say it's real or not.
Right. And we're going to move into a realm where you can't believe anything anymore because it could be generated by you could actually get fucking pictures of Donald Trump making love to Vladimir Putin, and it looks real as fuck, but it's all AI generated. So you never know. You can't. They make pictures of you and me doing something weird. You know what I'm saying?
That was John and then Yoko.
Oh yeah, somebody photoshopped. That's right. They photoshopped.
I thought you did.
No, somebody photoshopped you and me onto the heads of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. And it's the one where John Lennon is naked, curled up on Yoko Ono and cuddling her. It was a Rolling Stone cover, but somebody photoshopped us, and it looked pretty good.
I thought you did.
No, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. I thought it was one of your friends. I said, "What's wrong with you?"
No, he said it, but I thought you did.
No, I didn't do it. Somebody sent it to me. I don't even remember who fucking sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, John and the Yoko, but John and the Yuki, yeah.
But that's Cryptids by John and Yoko. All right, so we just want to thank everybody.
Thank you. Thank
you to the Cryptids. Thank you to Gaba Goulash Kim, who gave us this great suggestion. Keep the suggestions coming. We're going to put a...
That's interesting. Is that last name?
Gaba Goulash is their Twitter handle. at Gabagoulash. Follow Gabagoulash on, well, it's now X or whatever, but
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, so don't forget Yuki Nakamura. He can make you a model set of the Last Drive-In.
Last Drive-In.
Mm.
And yukinorinakamura at AOL.com. You could hit him up for information, details, and all that sort of stuff. So put your orders in. Get it for your beloveds or your loved ones or even people that you don't like who you want to just win back into your life. Who knows? All right, well, we'll see you next time
See you
at
next time. Go on the Yuki buffet.
the Cryptid Buffet with the Ogo Pogo that Yuki...
Yes. Ogo Pogo.
All right, we'll see you like that.
See you next time.
Yuki and John, entry of a bird.